Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Shanta Thomas of Thomas Tax Services, and I am a tax specialist by day. We specialize in tax strategy as well as tax resolution, and I'm a coach's wife by night. So, welcome. I haven't been on here in a long time, and so I thought I would start a new series where I'm coming through and doing different lives and different videos. So I'm actually getting ready to go live on Facebook. If you see me, say hello. I'm also going to be going live on YouTube and Instagram at the same time. So hello to everyone who may be watching. And I know it's been a while since I've gone live, but I'm excited to be live and sharing with you today. So today I actually want to talk to you about something. I keep getting this question, and I wanted to show you one way that you can surefire find out if your tax professional or your bookkeeper that you're working with is doing a good job. So I keep getting this question where people are hiring bookkeepers or hiring tax professionals, and then later on they're running into different issues. And I keep getting the question, how do I know if I have a good bookkeeper? So one of the things that I wanted to answer for you today, really quick, is I just wanted to show you one way that you can check on your bookkeeper. Now, this isn't the only thing you want to do. This isn't the only thing you want to do, and it doesn't mean that you're going to find everything, but it is one way that you can surefire check on your bookkeeper to see if they are reconciling for you. So if you don't know what a reconciliation is essentially, think about it this way. Each month as a business owner, if you have income that comes in and expenses that come into a bank account, that income and those expenses that come in help you come up with your net income. So you take the income minus the expenses, whatever you get at the bottom level, that's considered your net. So that's your net income. Your bookkeeper looks at all the transactions that come in, and your bookkeeper's job is to categorize those transactions. So they will say this item is an expense, and they'll categorize it as a type of expense. Let's say it's marketing, or maybe it's supplies, or maybe it's a software. Maybe you have a software like QuickBooks. Maybe you're paying for a QuickBooks subscription. So if you have any of those things, they're going to go through and they're going to categorize all the transactions to make sure that they're properly outlined. So when you get to the end of the year or the end of the month, you'll see what your net income was. You'll see how your business is doing overall. You'll see, it'll tell you how much you're going to end up owing in taxes. It's going to give you all the information you need to be able to run a successful business. It'll even tell you what things that you can, it'll even tell you what things to possibly expect, like estimated tax payments. So it's going to give you all that information. So that's what your bookkeeper is doing. One of the things you want to make sure that your bookkeeper, in addition to that, is doing is reconciling your accounts. So if you don't know what a reconciliation is, I'm going to show you an example really quick of what you should be looking for. And since most people actually use QuickBooks, I'm going to show you in QuickBooks. So if you are watching me on YouTube or Facebook, you'll be able to see me pull this up. If you're not watching me on one of those channels, you probably won't be able to see me pull this up, but that's okay. We will have to get you over to one of those so you can actually see. So this is an example of your reconciliation account. And this is a sample account in QuickBooks. It's not a real account, but since most people use QuickBooks, I figured this is the easiest way to show you. So if you go over here on your main page, you go to transactions and you go to reconcile, it'll bring up this screen. Now here, you should have accounts that are reconciled. If you see this screen where it says get started, that's a bad sign. That means whoever's been doing your bookkeeping hasn't reconciled your accounts. Now, why is the reconciliation important? Well, after they categorize, which categorizing happens here, right? Here are your transactions. These are, again, this is a dummy account. So let's say you categorize these transactions as whatever they are, right? This is a landscaping company. This is a fictitious landscaping company. And let's say they categorize all of these properly. The next thing is to make sure that everything came into your bank account, all the income and all the expenses that came in to the bank account match all of these transactions. So you want to make sure everything that came in terms of income, everything that came in terms of expenses match. And when those things match, what it allows to do is to give a checkpoint to say, we're not missing anything. Now, if you didn't run everything through your bank account, or you might have a bank account and a credit card account, so they may be reconciling multiple accounts. And a lot of businesses, they are. So if you have any liability accounts, if you have any asset accounts, bank accounts, loans, lines of credit, credit cards, they're going to reconcile each of those types of accounts. When you come over, like I said, transactions and reconcile, you can also get there from up here. If you go to reconcile, if you come here and it says get started, that's a bad sign because that means they haven't been reconciling your accounts. So if they haven't been reconciled, how do they know that what came in to that bank account matches what they've been notating as the transactions throughout the month? You don't know. And so the problem with that is because you don't know, your books can be off. This is one of the primary things that I see people are missing when it comes to their bookkeeping. So if you have someone doing your books, come here and see if they are not, if they're reconciling or not. If they're not reconciling, that's a sure red flag that you might need to get someone to look at the books that that person has been doing. On the heels of that, though, I do want to say make sure that you are actually taking time to review your um, contracts to make sure that that's what they were hired to do. Not everybody has been hired to do a reconciliation. So if someone hasn't been hired to do a reconciliation for you, then obviously the reconciliation is going to be done. So make sure that you've actually hired them to do bookkeeping. But I have been seeing many times recently where the bookkeeping has not been getting done, and it hasn't been getting done. Um, and the reconciliation isn't getting done. And then the books are off, and then so the tax prep ends up being off. All sorts of things end up being off. So you want to make sure this is happening. So here's a way that you can check if you're not sure if your bookkeeper is doing what they need to do or not. And I hope that helps. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, I would love to answer those questions for you. I would love to answer those questions for you. I will be back doing these lives, hopefully weekly, again. And that's it. I hope you have an